Hello guys, welcome back to Photographics Academy. All right, so today we are going to be creating something really beautiful. We are transforming this boy's picture with this background, and I'm going to also be showing you how you can do some color blendings to make things match. So if you look at this background, you are going to notice that the overall what is it called? The overall temperature of the background doesn't really match that of the image. So we are going to put it there, then blend the skin tone to, match with the background using the technique of hex code. So this is called a hex code. I'm going to be showing you how you use a hex code. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So this tutorial is about background, not retouching. So we are going to skip the retouching part and get straight to the background. Of course, the first thing I would want to do is crop my image using my social media size. So I'm going to crop it like this. I think it's actually looking good. And now separate it from the background. Very important. The separation is done, right click and go to select inverse. So now you have the image separated from the background by selection. You've not cut it out here. Then make a duplicate of your background. Right click again, go to layer via cut. So have the object on a separate layer and the background on a separate layer. So place this over here and place this over here. Now we are ready to bring in our background. But in case your own background is rough and looking messy, just reload the selection on your background by holding your control and clicking on the thumbnail over here. Then go to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur. So once you're in your Gaussian blur, blur it out until it starts looking smooth. So I can decide to blur mine out, I can decide to leave it, and I have decided to leave it. So now it's time to bring in our background, and yeah, this is our background. I'll unlock your layer so you can move it around, drag it over to your image, then place it right in the middle. Position it very well, find where it should be naturally, hold your alternate and scale it in to make sure it's touching the ground and compositionally placed well. This is good. Press OK. Then change the blend mode to overlay, and we're already getting very close. Except for the fact that if you look at the original background, we don't have all those bright pixels in front. The foreground is not lit up like this, so we do not want to light up our foreground. Few things we can do: we can attempt darkening this one. Yeah, we can even attempt changing the blend mode to multiply. Okay, so I think multiply is going to do a very good job, but we have to, make a selection of the area we want to use multiply it on. Press Ctrl J to cut it out and apply multiply there. Or better still, to make sure we are able to feather it, use your curves, then clip it to the one down here by clicking here, then darken it. So the moment you get the darkening you want, click on the curves icon and click on the mask again. The properties will load up and just feather it. Just the same way I'm doing my own. Or rather, I think I know where the problem is. So I have to take it some step back. So once you make this selection, feather it from here. So I'm feathering it with 44. Yeah, that works. Then press Ctrl J. Now apply the same curves, clip it down and bring it down. Beautiful. So we now have a very smooth transition. And if you look at this image, you're going to notice our background, our shadow rather, naturally came back because we darkened this down and we did not blur it out. But in case you blurred your own out and your shadow is not showing up automatically like this, just create a mask here, pick up your brush and just paint over the area where the shadow is. So you can turn it on and turn it up to know exactly where your shadows are supposed to fall and just restore it. But mine, I am not restoring. I like the way the things are looking. Now it's time to blend it in. So we'll go over to our object, then go to our hex code. So this is our hex code. The next thing we need to do is to determine the exact skin tone or even the tone of the background, which is this one over here, this beige over here. So I'm going to create a solid color adjustment layer. Press OK, then close the eye, open it again, and I'll select this hex code here. So this is the hex code, copy it, Ctrl C, press OK, go into your image create a solid color adjustment layer, then paste that hex code. It gives you the same result. Hide it for now. Let's separate his skin tone. So make a duplicate of the main object, Ctrl J, then create a mask for it. Go to select, go to coloring. Once in color range, press OK. Use this mask to replace the mask of the solid color. Now you'll be wondering what I did in my color range. Let me explain it because I noticed I skipped that. So what happened here actually is that I already selected some skin tones in my color range. So color range automatically saves the last settings of the selection you did the last time you entered color range, which was a skin tone. That is why it's selecting his skin tone. But most of the times you might come and find your own like this. All you need to do is just to select a sample of his skin, then go back to the plus icon here and just start adding it. Start adding it to it. The moment you are done, you are done. So I already did the selection. I won't repeat it again. So I'm deleting this layer. Open up the solid color, then change the blend mode to soft light. Reduce the opacity or the fill until it starts looking uniform with what you have on your background. So this is the before, this is the after. So I noticed the color didn't touch his forehead very well. So we'll paint it in there. And that will serve. Now the next thing to do is to bring drama to this image. Is making black. So the next thing to do is to add some drama to it, and to do that I can actually repeat the same solid color, Ctrl V, press OK, then generally change the blend mode to soft light. So what that will do is that it's going to allow us have a very beautiful uniform skin tone. Now I want a very beautiful global color grading. I want to create some contrast for the image. So I'm going to go to my curves, change the blend mode to soft light, and of course increase the highlights and reduce it as much as possible. Or don't think I like that. So let me just create it manually. So drag your shadows in a little, drag your highlights in a little. So this allows you to create some beautiful flow of contrast. But I'm noticing that another thing that it's doing is that it's affecting the saturation of the image. So what do? Change the blend mode to luminosity. So once you change it to luminosity, it just targets the brightness and the darkening of the image. It does not affect the color in any way. So we receive that beautiful contrast on the image. Now our solid color can stay above to make sure that our color keeps showing up effectively. The last thing I want to do is I want to go into my camera adjustment layer and just make few changes on the image, and we are good to go. So to do that, I'm going to create a stamp visible layer. Go to my filter, go to camera raw, filter, then go all the way down to effect and add just a little vignetting to make sure that the boy is the main attention in the image. So I think I need a little vibrance on the image. Like just add a little bit of contrast, a little bit of brightening, and you are good to go. Guys, the job is done. Let me show you the overall before and after. This was the before, this was the after. This is the before, this is the after. Thank you so much for watching this amazing video. If you are interested in getting this background, all you need to do is just go to the description of the video. You will see the link there. Join our Telegram community. There we'll be giving out this background for free and a whole lot of other things that you will be getting there for free as well. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, see you on the next one.